I've done several videos on Ipetgoat2, but I wanted to add this one in because I was on a post yesterday and this came to mind when discussing the egg. So we have the Orphic egg, and then in Ipetgoat2, there are two different scenes with the egg. You have the one with Ludo, which is the boy shaped as an egg where his head comes open. Ludo, what does that mean? It means to play. And what does ovis mean? It's an ovum. It can be symbolic of an egg. So the egg is a symbol of potential, of genetics, also of your soul. And in Latin, it also means sheep. But literally Ludwig comes from the Germanic name meaning illustrious in combat. Now, those of you who are familiar with egg wicking, you'll also know that viruses, when they are creating vaccines, they're done in eggs. This is very reminiscent of a combination of all of those.
We currently make the flu vaccine in chicken eggs.
This is actually a technology that was developed in the mid-1900s. It works pretty well, so vaccine makers just have kept using it.
In order to make one vaccine, it takes approximately one egg. So at this site, there's almost 1 million eggs per day that are delivered.
On average, it would take about 6 months for that egg that comes into the door to a final dose vaccine that goes to one of our customers. Along the way, that vaccine spends about 70% of its time in quality control testing.
This lag between choosing what we need to put in this vaccine and producing the vaccine gives the virus a lot of time to outrun us.
Flu vaccine starts with inoculating eggs with one of the 4 strains that are selected by the WHO.
The viruses treat the chicken egg like one giant cell, and they just use the egg to make lots and lots of copies of themselves. And then the vaccine producers will take out the viruses, they will purify them, they will test them. It's a very long process.
Kanda, the Republic of Macedonia. There, isolated on a hill in the middle of a vast steppe, sits a giant geoglyph depicting a symbol known as the cosmic egg. According to ancient mythology, it is the great egg of the universe, from which a powerful deity is often hatched or born.
The concept of the cosmic egg is universal. But what's so interesting is that a multinational team who have been investigating this site have come to the conclusion that it's orientated towards the constellation of Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia represents the Queen of Heaven.
In addition to the alignment of the egg with the Cassiopeia constellation, many scholars believe that the symbol contained in the egg represents that of the cosmic god Se.
He represents the all-seeing God. Macedonian myth says that the god Se was the child of the great cosmic mother and the supreme god father.
While there are various theories as to who made the cosmic egg geoglyph and why, ancient astronaut theorists agree on one point: that this geoglyph, like the thousands of others found all across the world, was intended to be more than simply a work of art or indicate a place of worship. It was intended to communicate something of great, possibly intergalactic importance.
It would seem that extraterrestrials arrived on Earth and then taught humans the meanings of these symbols. And then humans then used these symbols to try and contact the extraterrestrials themselves, either as giant geoglyphs on the ground, to even just petroglyphs on the rocks.
Ancient astronaut theorists suggest that the notion that petroglyphs and geoglyphs could represent a form of communication taught to humans by alien visitors, is supported by our own relatively modern science of semiotics. It is the study of signs and symbols mankind will need to use when trying to communicate not only with future generations, but with extraterrestrials.
Pictographs are more than pretty simplistic pictures. They are, in fact, another way of communicating entirely, not only on Earth, but in a spacecraft sent to deep space to communicate perhaps with beings we have no idea about how they speak, write, or make signification.
The Ouroboros, or Ouroboros, is an ancient symbol. It is typically shown as a snake or dragon eating its own tail. It comes from the Greek word aura, which means tail, and boros, which means eating. It is said to represent the cyclic renewal of life, infinity, rebirth, and continuous cycles. The Ouroboros eats its own tail to sustain its life, in an eternal cycle of renewal. Life feeds on itself. It shows the cyclical nature of the universe and samsara. Apart from the religious symbolism across cultures, it is often associated with alchemy, Gnosticism, and Hermeticism. The Ouroboros, or similar symbology, is found in almost all ancient civilizations, as most of them recognize the cyclic nature of the universe. It was found in ancient Egypt as well as in Greek symbology. This particular Ouroboros from ancient Egypt, with the Greek letters saying all is one, sounds familiar? The same message of Vedanta in Hinduism and Ensho of Zen Buddhism. In Norse mythology, the serpent Jormungand, one of the three children of Loki, who could encircle the world and grasp its tail in its teeth. In Hindu mythology, the dragon circling the tortoise that carried the world is shown as Ouroboros, suggesting that the world itself formed and died in cycles. Kundalini, or the dominant energy asleep in the base chakra, is said to be a coiled snake. Following are a few representations of the Ouroboros across different cultures.
Short mystery lessons worthy of your time. Today's topic, the Orphic egg, initiation, and immortality. According to Manly P. Hall in his book, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, page 20, quote, the ancient symbol of the Orphic mysteries was the serpent-entwined egg, which signified cosmos, as encircled by the fury creative spirit. The egg also represents the soul of the philosopher, the serpent, the mysteries. At the time of initiation, the shell is broke, and man emerges from the embryonic state of physical existence, wherein he has remained through the fetal period of philosophical regeneration, unquote. So what does, quote, at the time of initiation, man emerges from the embryonic state of physical existence, unquote, mean? Well, simply stated, during initiation, a man is presented with the knowledge to break free from his physical existence to something even higher, like that of immortality.